I completely forgot to tell people that I was, because it's 10K Tuesday for Sky and Carol, I completely forgot to say that, I was, doing this a half hour early. Oh my goodness. So I had to, roll my butt out of bed since Ember is not in school. So at 7:30 I was like, yep, time to get up. And she's in there watching TV, so hopefully I won't be too interrupted. We'll see how it goes. Caro said she's gonna be on in a minute, and Sky's taking care of chores and stuff, but that's okay. I didn't tell anybody that I was coming on a half hour early. We didn't even say that it was 10K Tuesday. And I just do the early thing so that I don't interrupt Sky's thing. And of course, they're messaging me all over the place. Hold on. So Kara said that she will be on here in a little bit. So I suppose, and of course nobody's, it says, oh, there you are.
Hello.
Hi.
I have to feed the doggos. I thought you froze.
No, I didn't. I'm watching Investigation at the, why is this all messed up? What did they do to deserve this?
All right. 1 second. Okay.
Oh, goodness. That's fine. Did you get the email about StreamYard?
I read about it, but I didn't see it yet. I was gonna look now.
Because I still haven't got mine, and I claim ignorance until I get an email.
I can take a look real quick. You are going on mute. Let me see. Hey, boy. Yep, I'm live. That's why you came in, right? Yep. Oh, shit.
Surprise!
Yeah, let me just grab your headset, Mama.
Yeah.
Oh,
A new human is in here, Ariel M. That's cool. I'm pretty sure that the last 3, so today, tomorrow, and Friday, I'm probably going to get a whole slew of new humans.
So, yeah, I did get the message. I can just see it now. It says new limits. So, the reason I'm getting it is because I stream more than 10 hours a month. That's why.
Okay. See, and I figured, I didn't know if I was going to get it since this is the only time that I've streamed. And they were going to count it.
They have probably analytics on me using it since basically the Google Hangout thing went down. So that's probably why Elena and me and probably a few other people are getting the messages. But I mean, hey, but at the same time, like, I don't think I'm gonna hit this 10-hour limit thing.
No, not during.
Not my normal time now.
No.
So.
Oh gosh.
All right.
Okay.
So with that said, dabble. Log in.
Ooh. Good morning, by the way.
Yeah, good morning. How are you?
It's morning.
Yeah.
I'm not a morning human. If you decide to make coffee today, please make sure to not go swimming in coffee.
Oh, my husband's making it today, just for that reason. I was like, you want to make it today? Because I've proven I can't do it. Alright, Alright, that's exciting. So that's 1, 2. Where's Salem times? Because that's done. All right. Yes, technically I haven't actually finished this one yet, but whatever. Who else is here today? Is it just us so far?
Yeah, Elena said that she is with her boyfriend doing something. Sky won't be on because you and her both have longer streams, so she's getting all of her chores done.
Yeah, I was gonna do that, but then I saw you're gonna be the only one here, and I was like, no, I won't do that to her.
Oh. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Why are you sending your recent messages from 6 weeks ago? Because it's not. Facebook is being weird.
Beagle.
Yeah, they're in the yard.
Oh. Wow.
He's
and we found a thing that we like.
Well, Bones is trying to play with them, and Mac is just not wanting any of it.
Okay. We'll do 15 minutes so that you could get that mess sorted out.
There's nothing to sort. They're just going to figure it out because they're dogs. Just
okay. All right. And then we will start the 15 minutes.
Let's do it.
Oh my gosh. So I can get breakfast or something. Okay. 3, 2, 1, go.
All right.
Of course, I forgot to do the thing. No. No Disney piano. I mean, yes to Disney piano, but no, not on here. Oh, good lord. Okay. Pause. Yeah. Okay, well, that was me not paying attention at all. How did you do?
I got 431 words.
Holy cow. Oh my goodness. So I'm not I'm not on the YouTube side. Can you see Jace? Or are you not on YouTube either?
I'm not on YouTube either. I was just looking at Jason in our comments because I can see the live comments.
Because he was having an issue earlier this morning in Elena's stream.
Where her comments weren't coming through?
His specifically weren't coming through.
That's
or maybe he was...
That's probably because YouTube, for some reason, just didn't do it. I'll pull it up.
So,
I'm
getting it on my phone. Yeah, I can see him in here. Okay. Cool. So yes, you are in YouTube too, Jace, so I can see you.
You are a thing. We see you.
Yeah.
We see you.
Maybe Elena was just ignoring you. I don't know, which is a horrible thing to say.
And
Elena's not here to defend herself.
I know that YouTube's really weird because, like, for a while, like, when Mike would come into my channel and say something, it wouldn't come all the way over to StreamYard, and I was just completely clueless. And it wasn't until, like, he sent in something, it's like, you know, it's like, I think it was something along the lines of, like, I think I'm being ignored. And I was like, what are you talking about? This is, like, the first time I've seen you talk.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just when I realized that, for some reason, it just doesn't come through. Which is really annoying.
Obnoxious. He's here, and Ariel got 277. This is one of her first morning streams, so that's nice. And everybody's still waking up, which I totally get. It's just gonna be me and Carol yawning back and forth.
I'm just
Persephone got 90 words. Jace got 300 something. We've determined his fingers are gonna fall off before the 30th.
Oh yeah, because they're already at like 75K, right?
Yeah. Ugh. Wow. Shannon got 248. Yeah. That's why. And that sucks. Yay, YouTube. And all its infinite YouTubiness.
Eva wants to know if you're for children or for adults.
Depends on the human. It's a case-by-case basis.
Mm-hmm.
For marking, YouTube settings. I marked mine as not for kids because while like my daughter enjoys the planning videos and she's 5, I don't aim any of my stuff towards kids. I don't have any toys. Considering that they were talking about preschoolers, and I know that most kids' dexterity is terrible anyway. So placing stickers in general, the way that you're supposed to, I guess. Yeah, I labeled mine as not suited towards kids.
I'm definitely not for children.
No, you are definitely not for children. No.
I'm like, God damn it, y'all! Stop writing these fucking kids.
See, and I don't swear in mine, but that's just because I generally don't swear a lot anyway. Because I have a 5-year-old who constantly tells me that that's not a nice word. Oh my goodness. Counts without H.
Ava, I
Wow.
have no idea about that, and I don't want to make assumptions about what YouTube is doing right now, because every time we try to make an assumption about what YouTube is doing, they just come out and prove us wrong, so.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
I think if they were going to limit the comments, they would have said something in the guidelines about accounts of this nature will have limited functions, but I did not read that in the TOS, so I don't want to jump out and say that it's doing that. I'm more likely to say it's just something else.
It's just a pain in the ass.
I'm telling you, like, there's something else coming. I know it.
Well, that's why Sky and I were talking about the deletion of channels, because nobody's mentioning any of that.
Well, they did delete a whole bunch of channels like 2 weeks ago, but then what happened is that we all came out and we were pointing out all the channels that were getting deleted, and they're like, "Oh, we're sorry, the algorithm made a mistake." And we're like, "BS. You did it on purpose, and you were gonna see if we're gonna notice or not, and we noticed."
Jenny's couldn't see any comments in her StreamYard. Ugh. Yeah, I don't know. I know that there are bots that are policing everything that we do, which really sucks, because I would much rather have people who are in the know of stuff, which makes it really vague, but that they know what's going on. Like, if I were to put, like, well, this isn't super colorful, but if I were to put that up and then, get flagged because it's colorful and cartoony, then it's like, no, it's a planner. Just breathe. And I hate to try to compare us to China, who actually has people that police everything on the internet.
Yeah, I agree with Jay. I think the chat engine's buggy right now. I think that they're doing some more changes, and it's just affecting the chat engine at the moment.
Ugh. They need to quit. Oh my gosh. I suddenly can't breathe through my nose. I have a feeling we're going to have weather changes again.
Oh, and I see that Jace made a comment in Facebook about it.
Oh, yeah, that's how I had noticed. That's why I said, if I don't see you, then let me know. We're friends on Facebook. So he could have messaged me and be like, why are you ignoring me?
It's never intentional, Jace.
No. Not with you anyway.
Mm-mm. If I'm not going to answer somebody's question, I'm just going to say I'm not going to answer that.
Yeah.
Otherwise, just assume I didn't see it.
Been on live streams months ago where the streamer couldn't see some people, but some others could see them. It was just ruined. Yeah, I don't know. At that point, it is the streamer's channel instead of the person typing. I don't need to hear that. See that? I don't need to see that.
You're going to get snow.
I don't want snow.
You're going to get snow. I'm going to get more rain. I know it. I'm getting rain this weekend.
Rain is okay. I mean, rain is still kind of iffy, but I want snow. I don't want none. Now I have to look it up because I don't want snow. No snow.
Ranger, stop eating your paw.
Oh, God, Kyle will do that, and he's a loud licker.
Mac is very loud. He's just like...
And it doesn't help that, okay, so my dog is fat. Like, he's somewhere between 45 and 50 pounds, and we're going to get that sorted out this, the next year, and he's going to hate me because that requires, actual, not really weighing of food, but he's only supposed to get, like, what, a cup of food or something like that, which is ridiculous to me. Yeah. Oh, there's snow in Colorado and everything. Oh, no. But that's not even close to us, so we're good. Well, see, and I set mine to 8 o'clock on here, so I can understand if it's like a half hour behind. The South is so confused with what season it is, and it's, yeah. I'll wake up and I'll have my nose stuffed up and everything. And I'm in North Texas over by Dallas, so I want none of the snow. We will get snow. It won't be as bad as like Michigan, but we'll get snow. Oh, burr. It's like 60 something here now. Oh my goodness. Okay.
Oh, come on. Okay, there we go.
Are you having a nail issue?
Oh no, I'm having a cuticle issue. Similar but yet different. Can I help you? What can I do for you? I've already given you food. What do you need from me?
Lovins. Oh, the lovins.
Yeah, you can have them. Just don't jump on me. I said don't jump on me.
Don't, not do. Oh, yucky. I mean, now is about the time. I mean, anytime after Thanksgiving, if it's going to snow, that's a great time for it. But, yuck. I'll probably get a light dusting, and that'll be it, thankfully.
What is this?
Good. You have your headphones in. You're doing the thing.
I have to take your headphones out by jumping on you.
At least mine are only, like, easy to take out. So I won't rip off my ears in the process.
Mine are easier to take off, too. That's part of my problem. Michigan is actually supposed to be above freezing for Thanksgiving.
Well, we had, because I used to live there, and we had 1 year before we moved, so it had to be obviously over 5 years ago, and we were outside without shoes on.
Mm-hmm.
So it was nice out for at least 1 year. Not far above freezing, yeah.
Are you going to work?
Yep.
I love you. Thank you for making
hi.
coffee. Everyone in the stream said hi.
Hello.
Hello.
Forgot all about the coffee.
You forgot the coffee?
Oh no.
Oh, okay. He didn't forget. I forgot. I will go get some in a minute. Thank you. I'm going to give him another kiss. Be right back.
Ew. Ew, kisses, yuck. I've trained my 5-year-old to start that mess too anytime somebody kisses on TV.
Mom, I need pencil.
You need the pencil. Where's the pencil at?
It was under there.
No, I got it for you. No, No, you're, did you try over by the door? Did you try on the table in the living room? Because I don't have it here. I had got it for you. Did you try on the kitchen table? I know that there's at least one pencil on there. You have to look, though.
No, but
Goodness gracious, it's a long kiss. Ew. Yes, this is what I would imagine that they're doing. I don't want to imagine it. Never mind.
this is my pencil.
Okay, do you need it sharpened?
Yes.
Nope. Come over here. Just come over here. Okay.
I'm going to stay right here. So,
Awesome.
So I can see.
Okay, you can say hi out loud if you want.
No, thanks.
No, thanks.
No thanks.
She is very polite.
Mm.
I made sure to beat that into her. Oh my gosh, dude. Your pencil's like horrible. Okay, there we go.
Yes, I took my kisses off screen.
We don't need to see that nasty mess here. Blah.
No. It's Mr. and Mrs. Caro time.
Oh goodness, that was quick.
No, not like that.
Okay. On that note, now that you're back, do you want to do another 15 minutes?
I would love to. Are you gonna get on the
Okay.
camera again? Come here. People want you. Ah. They don't want you to take my headset off, though.
No.
All right. Hold on. Puppy
All I
camera.
hear is just the heavy breathing.
Yeah. Why do you guys always breathe right next to my mic? I'm just gonna move this.
Because your mic is right there.
I don't want it to be right there.
Oh, goodness. And another new human. Yes, I started a half hour early, so I started at 8 o'clock. And then Sky will be after thank you. And then Sky will be after this, and then Caro's after that. So it is a long day of yeah.
Welcome to the
Ooh.
10K Tuesday.
Yeah.
Hey, you're all in
So
here.
on that note, we're going to do another 15. How do you say? I'm so confused on how you say your name.
Kendulia.
Julia.
Your new name is Ken.
And yeah, if you would like to be called Ken for the rest of the thing, just let me know. But yeah, or if you have another name you'd like to be called.
Or tell us the
Yeah. But I will be here for another hour and a half. And we will start this printing. 3, 2, 1, go. And done. No, I want them back at 15. Okay. Ta-da. All right. I'm just randomly mashing keys, so I have 361. How did you do?
I got 469.
Oh my goodness. Ow.
I had to stop to look up a name. Let's see.
Gotta try to find something on here. Apparently, YouTube released another thing in their community section yesterday
I'm sure they did.
that was a little bit more clear, but will probably just screw us over in the end. Answering some other questions. I didn't get very far on the one guy's YouTube video because it's 24 minutes long. Persephone got 215. Ariel got 256. Oh my goodness. Shannon got 303. $130 had to stop because a weird person was messaging. Yeah, I get them every so often. If I actually am connected to the internet, I get a whole bunch of interesting stuff on mine, and I just ignore it. I also don't do massive multiplayer, lots of people games either. So to get some random message, I just ignore them all. Keep looking at my big bag of Twizzlers over here, and my brain is like, no, that's not a breakfast food. But they're right here. I think Carol has coffee.
It's very good coffee. I have
I'll take
to.
your word.
I'm not gonna probably write next time because I have to go research a fable. So I'm gonna be spending that time reading. I just went and pulled it up so that way I could read it during the next
We
sprint.
didn't do hot chocolate.
I know we didn't do much. She was being rather obnoxious last night and jumping around whenever she should be chilling before bed. So there was no hot chocolate last night. That's why I said we were going to try again tonight. Nope, over here.
But I really want to do it for today.
I know. We'll do it tonight.
I don't want to do it tonight.
No, you want to do it this morning with breakfast, don't you?
Yes.
Entertain me now.
But we didn't drink it. It's hot chocolate. We didn't drink hot chocolate before.
Well, no, we didn't.
But we can smell it after. I'm really hungry.
You're really hungry? Are you dying?
Yeah.
Are you hungry because you're actually hungry, or are you hungry because you're bored?
That's why I wait a little bit. She got up. Hey, well, don't touch the colored pencils then, Goofus.
No, I was trying to solve them.
She got up a little bit before 7 o'clock. So I wait a while to make sure that she's actually hungry. Because my husband will feed her right whenever she gets up and mentions it, and then she doesn't eat anything. Ah, Jay's got words. Some research on what?
It's my fort.
What I know. Daddy made a fort for you. Yeah, because he's good like that.
Yeah.
What's this? My other child has come to join.
Help. Help.
Yeah, I've got a 5-year-old monster that's over here, and she is off for American Thanksgiving, so I have her
It's
the
not
whole week. Woohoo. No, Thanksgiving is on Thursday. They just decided to torture me and give you to me a whole week.
Because I'm hungry because I need some eggs.
Okay. So apparently we're Here, do you want to? I
Demanding
can't.
small person.
Oh,
You
she
will give me
is.
eggs.
I'm gonna give you a hat.
No. You can wait, because I know what you're trying to do. Okay. So I will do another. Goodness gracious, mess with all the shit on my desk. Anyway, so I will do another 15 minutes so I can make the minions some eggs.
There's Anna.
Yes, I know who all of those are. Okay. 15 minutes so that I can mute this thing. Well, and that thing. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1, go.
And this
And done with that one. Where the monster has been fed. In fact, she had warfed down her eggs like nobody's business, which was great. Hopefully that'll last her until like noon. Hopefully. I make no promises.
I read stuff.
Yay, reading stuff. Jace is trying to make his fairy tale more modern. Or at least his spell checker is.
Yeah, I hate the spell checker.
Ah,
I really do.
oh my gosh. So yes, I made eggs and applesauce. Well, I didn't make applesauce and yogurt because holy crap, that would be more than 15 minutes.
I'd see you like.
And I got me breakfast.
I should probably eat breakfast at some point. Oh.
So they make for people who do like almond milk and cashew milk and stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
And they are advertising heavily on Amazon the and I have to say this without laughing. They're called nut milk bags.
That's a terrible name.
It is.
Oh.
And I did really good and didn't laugh. So yeah, they're advertising that. And of course I think my parents, or at least my grandfather, is getting a kick out of it because I see it advertised every time I go on Amazon. So somebody keeps looking at them.
Mm.
It's like, no, please stop, because I don't need to see that whenever I get on there. And I'm like, what is this? Is this novelty? Is this real? But you can like strain yogurt and everything else with them, and that's cool, but I'm not, no, I refuse.
I've been tagged. Who's tagging me?
Oh, don't you hate it when that happens? Whenever Facebook is like, hey, somebody said something about you, and you're like, oh no.
What would you like to see from AuthorTube group in 2020?
Gotta go change my channel. Persephone got 120. Yeah, Eva, upon hearing that just in general or seeing it, and you're like, okay, whatever. They're just like really fine knit bags for stuff, for straining things. Heh. Oh my gosh. Cover, dude. Quit licking. Holy crap.
Wow.
See, Jace, I can do like almond milk and stuff. That doesn't bother me. I can't put it in cereal, which I rarely eat cereal anymore anyway. But now regular milk and me disagree if I were to have chocolate milk. I can still do ice cream, which is nice.
Why does he keep saying, oh, that makes more sense.
As you're being half blinded.
Oh, yeah, I can't see, but that's fine.
And Dana's listening and driving.
Drive safe, Dana.
Yeah. What was the post you started reading?
Oh, somebody made a post in the AuthorTube group asking what they wanted from AuthorTube in 2020. And
Oh, goodness.
the overall consensus is less self-promo and more like helping. Joshua, who I think his avatar name here on YouTube is Grumpy Owl.
Yes.
Yeah, he was talking about how he would like to see more co-written books and like more podcast discussion like videos where we talk about techniques and stuff like that, which I think that's pretty good. It's not an issue. It's just there's only so much that we can really talk about in regards to writing that everybody has already talked about, if that makes any sense. So
Well, yeah, the techniques that work for you and that work for 5 other people could
they're
work for me, but it's still, in the end, it's the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's the owner of the group? Okay, well, I rarely see her, no offense to her, so I appreciate the correction, Ava.
Yeah, well, it would be nice. It seems like most of the most of the people in there are established-ish. So they might be at the end of, like, getting a book out or something like that. But yeah, we've all pretty much done the same, thing for helping people.
Yeah, I'm just thinking about what that's really going to look like.
It's going to look like a whole lot of people posting the same videos.
I mean, we already are posting the same videos. Like, I think I did one about, I think I did one like right before Nano started, where I started off with like, you could throw a rock and find somebody who's made a video about how to survive NaNoWriMo. Like, we all make this video. And like, I know it sounds kind of bad, but part of the reason I don't always watch some of the other instructional videos that some of the other author tubers are doing is because when I make my content, I don't want it to seem like I'm taking like their stuff and regurgitating it. And I feel really bad about doing that because obviously I do want to support them and I do want to help their analytics and things like that. But at the same time, like it's really easy for me to see trends. Like, so somebody posts a video and then somebody else starts posting the similar videos. Like, there was one part, like, not to be like weird about it, but there was like a part, I think in spring, where every time I would post a video, I noticed that people were posting videos with similar themes to the one I posted. And I was just kind of like, like,
Yep.
that was kind of when I realized it's like we all don't really have a lot of stuff to talk about at the end of the day. It's like, unfortunately, when it comes to writing, there's only so much that you can explore. And the only thing that we can do to really set ourselves apart is just kind of customize our channels to talk about different things that we like to do. So obviously I like to do my drunk book reviews. I do my product reviews. Not everybody does product reviews who is an author tube. And yeah, it's just, I hate saying that I don't want to say it's a stale topic bank, but I mean, like, y'all get me, right? Do you guys get what I'm saying?
Yeah, we all write in there. So yeah, we're all doing the same thing, just with little itty bitty differences that this sounds bad, but doesn't make a big difference in the long run. We're all writing.
Yeah, and I get the comments about less self-promo, and that's kind of a double-edged sword because on one hand, if we don't do self-promo, then like we obviously can't make money to sustain ourselves because this doesn't, like, I think with the exception of a very few people, nobody in the AuthorTube group actually makes money or any kind of stable income off of YouTube. I mean, Jenna Marassi might be able to do it and she might not be able to, but she has the way that she makes her income actually spread out because she obviously gets some pennies from YouTube. She gets some pennies from her Patreon. She gets some from her merch store. Now, I can't tell you how much that is. I can do a guesstimate. And then there's also what she gets from the state because she's the full-time caretaker of her fiance. So she gets paid for that. So, like, that's, she's got her income kind of spread out across different things to make sure that she has her ends meet. And then obviously there's the book. I should probably talk about the book too. Then there's the book and the audio book that she's got out too. So she's got a diverse sources of revenue that she can use. And a lot of people who start off on AuthorTube, they don't, obviously that kind of fan base does take time. Her fan base to build up that kind of stability took 5 years, which I don't think a lot of people, when they say they're going to follow the Jenna Marassi model, really understand the time investment that she's made into it. Because like I said, 5 years, right? 5 years.
Yeah. Well, that, and a lot of people see that, if they just discover AuthorTube, there are a lot of people who think that it's new, like it happened within the last 2 or 3 years. And it hasn't. It's been around for quite some time. But yeah, you have to work hard to build up subscribers, to build up any sort of platform where there are people that follow you.
Yeah, Jenna Marassi, I'm looking at the comments. Jenna Marassi is usually the first author that a lot of writers find on YouTube because obviously she has a lot of content. She's been here for a long time. Like not to be weird, but I'm not subscribed to Jenna Marassi, but YouTube is always suggesting channels to me.
Sorry.
It's kind of like, oh, we heard that you like writing advice, so maybe you would like writing advice from this very popular, author tuber.
Yeah.
And again, I'm not subscribed. That they're always throwing her videos at me, and so I think it's just because of a couple of different things for that. Obviously her advice works. She has fostered a really good community. Like she's built up a lot of good stable fan base and just but again, she built that up. It took her a while. She's probably got her own business model that she is very detailed with.
Probably. Which is a whole lot more wholesome, even though she's like, I subscribed to her because she randomly, I was listening to her on the while driving.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, because I can start saying things. Listen to her while I was driving, and she randomly just went off on a swearing tangent, and I'm like, okay, I wasn't expecting that. I will subscribe to you. But yeah, she has some good stuff, and I enjoy some of the things that she has to say.
Let's see, Alexa Dunn came up for me, but as soon as I watched one, Jenna came up. Yeah, Jenna always gets suggested by YouTube just because tinfoil hat on. I think Jenna's part of the in crowd for YouTube. So kind of like James Charles. She's the James Charles of our community. Not saying that she's like James Charles, but I'm just saying.
I was going to say that's why I made the face.
Yeah, I'm not saying that she's like him, but she's got that level of influence and she kind of does what YouTube wants her to do. So YouTube is more willing to promote her content, if that is understandable. Anyway, so that's my tinfoil hat. I'm taking it off now. So let's see, Alexa Dunn, I watched pretty early as well. I loved her videos as well. I get notifications from her. She's got some really good content. I always appreciate Alexa for the publisher insight that she provides. Same thing with iWriterly. And there's a couple of editors that I pay attention to as well. Alexa in her last video was very kind to the Publisher Weekly article that she read, and I was just kind of like, girlfriend, you know more, you know better, come on. But
I think that she's trying to be nice. I haven't seen, there are a couple of them where you can tell just in their face that they want to go off on a tangent and they don't, which really kind of makes me sad that they're editing themselves.
Well, okay, so like in the case of Alexa Dunn, so this is just some publisher nonsense that I'm going to share with all of you guys. So when you sign up with a publisher, there will be different elements in your contract that will require you to do certain things and require you to not do certain things too. So in the last two contracts that I had, part of my requirement was that I had to post 3 times a week on some kind of social media. At this point, I've just started to do it on Twitter because it's easy. I like and I send it out, right? I can't post 3 times on YouTube because the time that I invest into each video is actually pretty extensive. I do go do background research and I have to script the things and then I have to video it and edit it. And if I wanted to write, then there's just no way. Instagram has just become a little difficult for me right now because I usually like to draw, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, digressing back to my earlier comment. Sometimes your contract will have a clause in there in regards to what you can and can't say about publishing, which is why you don't always see authors like kind of diving into the shit that I dive into because my contracts don't have that bullshit. So when I see bullshit, I just call it out for what it is. And what I am really doing when I do shit like that is I'm shooting myself in the foot because there's no way those people are going to sign me off. There's no
But
way.
I'd rather that you be honest than have people like whenever they were doing the money thing, a bunch of people got into that, but they were still so vague on it. And it's like, why make a video if you're not going to actually give us the content? I mean, not the content that we want, but you're just saying, yes, this is about what you could make maybe if you do this.
Yeah.
Whatever.
And it really sucks because I don't know if it's an American thing or if it's just a professional thing, There's definitely a lot of individuals who don't like to talk about the money that they make as an author, because what ends up happening is, like, for example, let's say you're a mid-list author, right? The slowly dying breed of author tube right now. If you are a mid-list author, and let's say that I did a book and they gave me 10 grand advance, right? And so just for those of you who don't know, a 10 grand advance is money that they give you up front. And then once you hit 10 grand in sales, then you start to make royalties after that. So that's how advances work. So let's say I put out a book and it's a genre that's really hot right now. So I get 10 grand. So I have my 10 grand and I make the mistake of telling my other friend who's also a mid-list author that, hey, for my book, I got 10 grand. The first thing they're going to do is they're going to go to their publisher and say, Kara Brown got 10 grand for her book. I only got 2 grand. What the hell's going on? Right. And that puts the publisher in a weird spot that obviously would make my peer very disgruntled. So nobody really likes to talk about the money that they make, just because of they don't want to be in that situation. And obviously, like, publishing houses have their own internal politics. Like, I think a video a little while ago, I talked about how your agent can screw you over, because if the publisher doesn't like your agent, you can have the best book in the world, but they don't want to work with your agent, so they'll reject your book. Like, that happens. It's some pretty petty high school shit sometimes. Depends on the publishing house. So a lot of people don't like to talk about that too. Let me see, what was the other thing? I haven't seen any contracts where they basically say you can't talk about money, but obviously when you do work for a publishing house, you do have to represent that publishing house respectfully. So there will be a little PR guidance in there about how you basically conduct yourselves in open forums and whatnot.
Well, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't want to go on here and absolutely wreck anything that I have, but still, it's kind of like if you're going to make content and you feel like you have to edit yourself, then maybe you shouldn't be making it. Oh, goodness.
Well, I say what I mean, so.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care. I'm not very professional, am I, Bones? No, you're not. You're not professional.
Jason asked, do you want to be signed on by the ones that are pulling the bull? Well, honestly, it depends on how much money they're going to give me.
Everybody's got a price point. I've got mine.
Yeah.
But I don't really know what they are, because the thing is that I don't really write content that is, like, popular like that, if that makes any sense. Like, you can honestly throw a rock and find somebody that's writing an urban fantasy story that doesn't have the same elements that my story does, but it's still urban fantasy. And the market is unfortunately saturated with urban fantasy. I don't really have anything that's new and fresh and woo, right? My book is probably going to have, like, a little niche crowd, which I'm totally fine with. That's totally okay with me. But I don't really see myself getting signed on with one of the big 5 or like being flown out to cons or anything like that. That's not in my cards.
See, and that sucks, because well, I haven't, and I need to find a way to read your other 2 things before the book that you published, because I had realized that you had 2 short stories too, about the same girl thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, and that's the thing, is that, like, I am one of the people who will read all your stuff just because I like that. I like that sort of thing. Like I said, after the ending of the first chapter, I was like, okay, well, this is going well. And then it's like, really? This is how this is going to start? Okay.
Yeah, we're not even going to, I'm not very subtle in my book. I'm just kind of like, and we're kicking the door open. This is where we are.
Yeah.
Yeah. What I like doing with the short stories is I like to offer them as carrots for the newsletter and then sell them off, obviously, on Kindle afterwards. That's what I like to do. So what are people saying? This has turned into us not doing writing sprints, but whatever. Somebody said they wanted more podcast shit about publishing, so here we are. Let's see. Sounds difficult. It is difficult because it's really hard to make a living as an author right now, because you have a couple of factors that play into that. One, you've got Amazon. I will always harp on Amazon and get blinded by the sun. You've got Amazon, who is always asking publishers to lower their prices, so that way the consumers are more likely to buy their stuff, which ends up in authors not getting paid as much, less royalties, all that stuff. And then you've got publishers kind of with their knickers in a twist, because they've got to contend with the Twitter mob whenever they publish a book out and somebody takes something out of context, which happens with, like, every book at this point. I'm waiting for them to not pay any attention to that. And then not that I almost want to say booktube, but booktube is so YA focused it really doesn't really have the influence that I would like it to have. But booktube has a very interesting thing going on where, because they focus so much on YA, all the other genres basically like nobody cares. That's why you're seeing like this huge influx of YA books, is because that's all booktube wants to talk about. I mean, I just want you guys to see there are other books. Hold on.
Yeah.
There's lots of other books, guys. There's lots of other genres. Just say it. Just give them a shot. Leave a review for them.
Well, and that's the problem, is that with YA being so big, because like I'm 32, I still read young adult books.
And there's nothing wrong with that. Like, I'm not saying that you shouldn't read them. Like, that's
yeah.
I'm just saying there's other genres.
Yeah. No, that's the thing, is that there are plenty of other books to read. Please don't just go in the teenage section and pick out the most colorful, angsty book that you can.
Yeah, and so here's a problem that I don't think. They're discussing it now. I've seen discussions about it, and I've seen them both online. And I've been hearing them in person right now too, where there are people who are basically talking to the older crowd, and not trying to be disrespectful. The not target audience, I should say it that way, because young adult is targeted for obviously 13 to 21-year-olds, right? That's the target audience. But you have, other people who want to read YA because the story is good or they like the characters or whatever, right? Nothing wrong with that either. But at the same time, these individuals who are not the target audience are coming in and basically saying like, well, I want more YA books to have these other things that are actually in older adult fantasy books or older books at all. And what's really happening is it's transforming the genre out of what it was supposed to be. And the target audience, as far as I can tell from my time being a teacher, doesn't appeal to its target audience anymore. Like,
or they shouldn't, or I feel as a mom, at least, that they shouldn't be reading it, depending on what it is.
I do want them to read them, and I do want them to obviously like support those authors. I want, because I'm an author too. Please love me. But like when you transform a genre out of what it was supposed to be, and it starts to kind of gear towards like a different demographic, that's the problem. So like, when I was teaching, when all the YA books would come out, my kids would never go get those books. And when I asked them at one point, it's like, that book just came out, it's really popular, why don't you want to read it? And they were like, well, I don't like all this detail in here because they're always putting in all these details. I don't care if the door is red, just open the door. It was just, it was stuff like that. And then it was like one of my kids who was really intellectual. Like she was a smart cookie. Like she's gone places, right? And she, instead of reading like the YA book that was hot at the time, she went off and she got some kind of like folktale book, and I thought she was going to read it. And when I asked her why, she was like, I really don't like these characters. This doesn't appeal to me. I don't like the amount of detail that's in here. And they talk about way too much political stuff in here. I just want to read a book and I want to enjoy a story. And I feel like I can't do that anymore. And I was just like,
yeah.
It's like, she's too smart for my class. I need to send her to honors. What else is? Oh, I guess I have tech. I have totally derailed your live stream. I'm so sorry.
Oh, I don't mind.
Not many other bad books. Yeah. I think what's probably going to happen, what I would like to see happen, I should say it this way, I would actually like all the books that have had the influence from the older crowd just be moved into new adult, which a lot of people are going to cringe at, because when new adult came out, because that's what they were trying to do. They were trying to take those books and be like, okay, so these are new adult. And unfortunately, people would write stories for new adult, but they were so sexually graphic, like you couldn't even market it. It's like,
that's one of the things that it was. What was it? We were in middle school, and it was the Giver got censored a little bit because he stopped taking those. Spoiler alert, because it's like 30 years old now. But yeah, he stopped taking the pills and started feeling the feelings. And I remember in there, my teacher was like, "Okay, this is what's gonna happen. If you start giggling, you're out." and while that was really extremely on the light end, but yeah, that's all I see, especially in movies at least geared towards kids too, is that it's all sex. And it's part of it. It's what happens. But can we wait until they get like at least 18 or 16 or something, please?
And that sparked some interesting discussions too. Like, I think it was like Court of Thorns or whatever that series is in. Like, somebody was showing me fan art that this very talented person had done for this book series, and it was graphic. I mean, like hands and panties, everything. And I was just like, whoa! Like, I thought this was like, what am I looking at here? It's like, I thought this was like a YA novel, not a romance novel. It's like, oh no, it is YA. And I'm like, all these pictures are very graphic. Like, what's happening? And then I think it was Read with Cindy read one of the books, and she shared like some snippets of like some of the text, and I was just like, because that's honestly stuff that I would expect to see in romance novels. And when people were talking about that, about if it was appropriate or not, you know, the counter discussion of like, well, you know, this should not be shunned in fiction. Like, people should see if it's okay. And I was like, first off, this is like Stockholm Syndrome book. We're basically saying it's okay to be taken and traded off, and then you can have feelings for your captor. Like, I don't think that's the message that you want to have. And then, you know, it's kind of like the part of the discussion that we're having with YouTube right now, where they're talking about, you know, why is the COPA taking the parenting away from the parents? And so people are having that discussion with the YA books too. It's like, if we're going to talk about sex, I'm going to talk to my child about sex and not this book.
Yeah.
Because, I should probably actually talk to the school library where I used to work, and ask if they have those books in there. Because for a little while, I taught at a middle school, and there was a book on the shelf, and I had done like that kind of like, oh, that's right. And I was like, what? Why is this here? And I grabbed it. And again, middle school, right? So this is 7th and 8th grade middle school. So I'm working with like 11 and 14-year-olds. And I went to the librarian, and I was like, you really don't want this book in here. It's like, oh, what they say, it's for middle school. And so like, I found the page because I had read it. I was like, you tell me if that should be what they're reading. Like, you tell me. Like, I'm not gonna, So.
Well, because I remember what I was doing in high school freshman year, and while I don't think that every other girl should be doing that, because I wouldn't want my daughter to do that, but you know, you get to have the feelings, but I really don't think that it's meant to full out display the feelings. And of course, here in Texas, we've because it's so strict. We'll go with strict. They are trying to step away from from the abstinent sexual education and go to a more wider variety of, oh my God, people have sex. So yeah, there are some adults here that aren't very fond of that. And I'm like, guys, it happens. How do you think you have kids, you know, in grade school now? Yeah,
well, I live out in the middle of Mormonville, and so they're never going to move away from that, ever. Yeah. So, how y'all doing?
As everybody got very, very quiet.
listening to me rant about shit.
Yeah. Well, that, and I know that, okay, so I know Sky has one in 15 minutes, so yeah, it would basically be do a sprint and get off of here. So, because hers is
right now?
Yeah, because hers is like right after mine.
All right.
Isn't that how that works, though? You talk about sex and then you leave.
I gotta go now. Bye. That's not a trend that I do, guys. I don't just talk about sex and be like, so I'm out. Bye.
Yeah, we're not guys. It's okay. We'll stay a little longer.
Why are so many kids screwed up right now? Well, I have thoughts on that. Mostly because my personal thought on Kendra's question is because they're raising themselves right now. We live in a society where both parents are usually working. There's nobody at home for a lot of the kids, and a lot of them, like, I can't speak for every school district, but I know in my school district, like, I had kids that would fail on purpose because they were hungry and they didn't have food at home. So at least they got 2 meals at school, so they would fail to keep eating.
Yep.
So, yeah.
We have that here. We have a Title I school. I've seen some of the kids, and it's like, I can tell they're either the middle child or the youngest child, and they get neglected, and that's crazy. I had one of she's in kindergarten, but she's not in the same class with my daughter, but she was in pre-K with her. We went to the pumpkin patch last month, and she like ran up to me and hugged me and went, I wish that we were still in pre-K because you paid attention to me. And I'm like, dude, just break my heart. Normally I'm like a steel trap whenever it comes to tiny humans because they say anything anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, thank you, kid. Don't do that anymore, but thank you.
Stop doing these things. Oh my goodness. Okay. A little pillow talk. I'm really not the person for that. Do you want me to go ahead and do my outro?
Yeah.
And then you guys can like go to Sky's channel and like keep sending me questions.
Yeah, I won't be on you won't see my face, but I'll be in there.
Okay, cool.
Because right now my kid is watching herself watching cartoons. So yeah.
All right. So cool. My name is Kara Brown. I am an author. I write urban fantasy. I have a YouTube channel where I talk and whine about the life of a writer, sometimes under the influence of wine. If that's your jam, that's my channel. If you would like to check my credentials and know if I know what I'm talking about with it comes to this writing nonsense, I do have a newsletter where if you sign up for it, you get a free short story. You can read it, peruse it, judge me. And then if you are not into that kind of thing, you can unsubscribe from the newsletter. My feelings won't be hurt. I'll just, never forget. Anyway, that's me.
I just pressed the wrong button on my phone and now the YouTube thing went over to the TV. And I just heard everyone go, Mom, there's YouTube on the TV.
Hello, small child. Did you do your homework?
Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, she does right whenever she gets home, if she has homework, because kindergartners have homework. What the fuck?
I'm on YouTube.
I know. I'm sorry, that was me. I'll fix it in a second. But yeah, no, if she has homework, she does it for
I gotta give you a hug.
Nope, you can wait.
Not on the camera, sweetie. You can't do
you
that.
can't be on the camera. Okay, I'm almost done though, okay?
Okay.
And then we can hug then. And you
Can
can be
wait right here?
Yep, you can wait right there. Okay, so anyway, my name's Athena. I'm the host of the channel. We're doing 10K Tuesday, so Sky is next, and then Caro is after that.
Yeah, I'll probably be brain dead. I'll be like, we're writing, no talking, go.
15 minutes. Okay, another 15 minutes. That was great. Another 15
minutes.
All right. So I'm going to end here so that there's 10 minutes to go over to Sky's channel.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. Really, really end.
All right. Bye, friends.
All right.
Thanks for listening
Bye,
to me.
everybody.
Bye-bye.